Sunday primetime versus the Bengals.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a very good rushing offense. The Niners lead the league in rushing TDs, and they'll go up against the Bengals, who will need to be stout up front. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, from the heart of Silicon Valley, there's a look inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Here we go now. No. Check. Patriot.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they move the chains. This running game so important for them. And
How the hell did he break his ribs there?
Last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
The tight end changing his position. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in.
I had what I wanted. I wish he didn't jump.
Encroachment defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
In motion, the tight end.
Here we go now.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here is incomplete.
Used to have a coach who used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, you know, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And we drop UN at the start of this next possession in a 3-0 ball game. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice the game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
2nd and 5.
Let's go.
Now back to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Brooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Clock running here. Under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And some room to roam now.
What the fuck was that? He was supposed to slide.
To the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they're operating in the red zone.
Here we go now. Blue landed.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Green 39.
On 3rd down, that's Newman, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
He'll look to throw. And
That was dumb.
lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them.
Nope.
Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And incomplete.
Bad play
The
calling by
contact
me.
made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So now the Bengal offensive unit. We pick it up 2nd quarter here as the offense gets ready for the drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times.
He made up
and
for
in
it
this case,
with that one.
that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Knocks him over and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard.
Sorry, dog was barking. Thought somebody was at the door.
Line. Two minutes to play here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Well, now they'll try the end around, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
After an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Under pressure.
What the fuck? I pushed the button.
In the end zone, and that's a safety.
That is so dumb.
Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Push the wrong fucking button.
This is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And
Fuck, man.
Back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Fucking dog barking making me think somebody's here. Then some fucking random number calling me.
Gets set to take over.
Fucking distracting me every time I start fucking streaming.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
when you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football.
Fucking stupid ass fucking shit. I'm gonna miss it because of that stupid shit.
Really nice pickup.
So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we send you cross country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report, here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The 49ers are happy to be sitting in the locker room with a lead. The Bengals won't panic either. They know they just need to take it one play at a time. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now, early in the second quarter, Newman's got it on the run, and he capped off the long drive with the TD, which takes the lead to 3. 49ers have the football midway through the second. Carpenter's got the reception. He ends up at the 44-yard line before he stopped on the play. Continuing on the drive, the long ball will find its mark here, and this great play will go for 6. Takes the lead to 8. Late in the second, under pressure here, and the ball is picked off. Rhodes, the one taking it back for the score. Closing the gap to just 1. Now looking to take advantage after the turnover. Broken coverage here on the pass play. And he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 48-yard line.
This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the third quarter.
Here we go now.
Now a handoff looking right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Oh, he knocks him over. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play.
That's what the fuck is up, man.
13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Third quarter action, and this offense will have a 1st and 10 as they get set for the next drive. Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
And I'm not focused at all.
A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
That perfect shit is dumb. It's not fucking perfect.
So I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Bengals will take over.
Of course they're going to score it because they got it at like the 50-yard line.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go. Blue landed.
They'll look to throw here.
Can you get the fuck off me? What the fuck?
Loss of 8 yards there to bring up third. The Niners on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver.
You never fucking hit nobody.
Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession.
Of course they're gonna score. Why wouldn't they? Fucking return this shit.
Been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Here we go now. 3-19.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Brooks. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
All right, here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one. Deep left. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team.
After a good punt, this offense will start with tough field position inside the 10. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now a handoff.
How the fuck did he get off him that easy?
Maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Getting late in the 4th now, Charles. 2-minute warning just around the corner.
Yeah, some teams just want to get to that spot, take a breath, and then come out and attack for the rest of the game.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete.
Been nice if we would caught it in stride.
Now right out of the 2-minute break. We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll set up to throw. He's got a man. Complete. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Trying to get to the hole.
Running room down to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit. On 3rd down, that's Newman. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll set up a throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away.
I should just run the ball.
There looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for San Francisco, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.
I say I run. I don't know what quarter it was in though. Good blocking. Nice truck. That fucking guy totally just ran right by me though. Cause I pushed the truck stick again. He over pursued, I guess. I don't know. That guy should have had me though. I can't believe it's 3 o'clock already. Oh my god, he keeps getting freaking injured every other week. Just like him. I'm gonna play him, but I'm not gonna start him. That way he's back. I'll keep him around for extra year. Why not? CB Devin Love. He only fair offer 1 year, 4.8 million. That seems kind of low. Whatever. It's 27. I should put Barnett on the outside and put Pennington in the slot. Because I do like... Give it to bro. Since he's like 6'5". Do I got 2 wide receivers gone or something? Sheffield and Stokely, no. Alright, be right back.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. In today's game, passing may come at a cost. The Packers are #1 in forcing interceptions, and they'll be up against the 49ers team that will need to avoid those turnovers. Set for the call of this Week 15 matchup, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Here at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And it'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Yeah, great. What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. And
he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there. Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards. Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
All right, here we go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down first and goal. And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they? Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
On third down, it's Newman, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. But they decided to run it. Now following the touchdown, here comes this offense back out onto the field as they will take over with a 1st and 10. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. He'll look to throw, and they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. 2nd down following the incompletion.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brooks. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball net because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On 3rd down, that's Newman. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. And always a good first. With a little over 2 minutes to play in the 2nd quarter, the offense gets ready to take over. He'll drop the throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
All right, here we go.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Bowls him over. And down inside the 15 he goes. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want this offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. To throw now on first down. Looking left side, he's got it complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Let's go.
Back to throw again. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
That is caught inside the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
the speed, I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole pack.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them. Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, and what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as 5 yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down. Little motion now from the tight end. Going to give this time to the tailback. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. On 3rd down, that's Newman. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now they'll run on the draw. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you've got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be second down. Second down, 9 yards to go. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Only able to work it to the 20 after the nice broken tackle. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
On play action, they'll throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second and third levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Now a play fake here on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Here we go now.
They'll look to throw again. Flush to, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Montravius Adams in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
And this offense on third down today, they've been automatic. How about 8 for 8 in the game thus far? This is third and goal. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on second and goal, a sack on third and goal. Now brings up a...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up alive, and nothing but daylight ahead. The 30, 10, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. So they get the score still down, but bottom line is they kept themselves. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go now.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there? So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They were almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
He's back to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Here we go now. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
To
throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. The Niners on 3rd down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm. As he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip, try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go. Green 39. Green. Back to Philly. Here we go. Here we go now. Green 39. Leopard. Leopard.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. That's caught at the 25. And he's in. Are you kidding me?
How do you give that up?
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game, and they do win it on the final play. This one is going to sting for a while. I mean, how do you let that happen defensively?
One stop.
One stop. I know that it's easy to say that from the booth, but
it is.
How do you let that happen, partner?
That's one of those where sometimes you get overzealous on defense, get out of your lanes, don't take care of your assignments. Let's just go ahead and focus on the offensive.
On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati, and it's the Bengals that wound up winning that one. Andrew Luck, 2 touchdown passes in the W. Well, I know at points of this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Niners, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.